what a day. Come on. Despite all of that here, I'm still going to stand 10 toes in loving here. Oh, God, is you and only you who knows the truth here. Despite the evil actions of one, I'm going to still stand in love in here. I'll continue to proclaim the love of him in here. More importantly, I'll be a father here. I'll be a parent, yep, at all times, holding mine accountable. Oh, yes, God, today, yes, we pray for parents in here. Oh, yes, this is a mature conversation for the parents in here. The question God is asking, what exactly did you do to ensure these things were not going to continue to happen? Oh, God, I ask that you have your way in here. In the mighty name of Jesus, I declare an end to this rope for me in here. And it's time for me to what? Give it to you, God, in here. In the mighty name of Jesus, it's time to declare. As a man, it's so sad to see so many parents for things that children are doing in here. But what's even worse is for parents to condone some of these evil actions that they know their sons have been doing for the last years. Come on, a decade later, it's time for us to truly address it. More importantly, it's here where I can what? Share my truth. Come on, honestly, in love, in here. But first, I'm going to ask God to give me the clarity of my mind. Give me the precision of these words. More importantly, God, let my feelings be removed so that your will can be done here. Oh, yes, God, I declare it's time for the parents to step up and be parents in here. No more pointing the finger. No more excuses in here. It's time for us, all of us in here, to check us and our children in here. Come on, in the mighty name of Jesus, it's time for us to get up and tell it what it is in here. Come on, it's time for us to truly cast out the evil and fear in here. Come on, are we really living right? Are we what? Pushing wisdom? More importantly, have we disciplined our children in here? See, it starts when they're young, and oftentimes many parents, they're the last to see who their kids are in here. You see, it's time for us to truly address what it is that has me in all of this confusion in here. See, the truth is, God blessed me. God blessed me. God blessed me. And God blessed me. You see, I'm a father of four, but I got 3 stepchildren here. 3 boys that I have had in my possession. 2 of them, 5 and 6, maybe 4 and 5. You see, but it's time for us to truly declare that this curse that is over us here, it is broken in love in the mighty name of Jesus in here. Hello, Juice World. Hello, Omar. Hey, man, y'all stay with me, man. This is a tough one for me. I'll be more transparent than I ever been in life in here. You see, I'm at a rope, and I'm at the end of that rope. You see, in the actions of another, it's causing me to question, why are we here? Why are we doing this here? And why doesn't it seem like no one is ready to address what needs to be addressed in love in here? Oh, yes, in the mighty name of Jesus, it's time for us to truly rebuke it. You see, if you have a child, 17 years old, pretending to be grown in here, you see, the reality is, if they're grown, yes, as parents, we should what? Let them stretch their wings in here. We should what? Pray for them in faith in here. But more importantly, we should be honest. We should be honest with ourselves. We should be honest with them. And we should be honest with others that have to interact with them. Come on, if you're here, I need you to catch hold to that there. You see, I'm not here pointing at the fingers. I'm not pointing my fingers at nobody but us here. You see, how could one kid, right, have multiple child sex offenses, indecent liberties with 2 different kids, stole 14 laptops, been on probation, stole 3 more here, violated their probation, public masturbation, and under the kitchen table in here. See, it's time for us to truly get back to the love and the truth in here. See, it's time for us to hold ours accountable. You see, if you're not here to protect yours from yours, then who are you truly here for? If you know that you got a kid and you know you got a kid and you know you got a kid growing into a young adult, and it's documented that this kid has no control over his sexual decisions, then it's you and it's only you, the responsible adult, the legal guardian, to see to it that that child is what? Removed from children. You see, that child should not be wandering around children. More importantly, if you pay attention, that child will be the child proclaiming to be a victim, promoting he's worried about his mental and his safety. Yes, we can promote anything, but we got to really promote the truth. And oftentimes, these manipulators, they know. They know your love for you here. They know the love that you have for them there. They know the love that you have for God. But the truth is some actions have to be what? Revealed to the masses to protect the mass from Fred. You see, I'm speaking in truth. No coded. No pun intended. You see, if you are if you are truly unable to control yourself, then God, I need you to I need you to make it happen in here. Wherever he must go, God, I need you to place him in here. You see, no more excuses. No more believing that I'm bigger than God and I can change it in here. See, the truth is I can't protect everyone from you in here. You see, the truth is we all fall short. So mercy and grace was what I was living in here. But for a kid, 17 years old, filling out papers to be emancipated, and the only reason is to deceive. Come on, it's time for us to stop. It's time for us to really be clear. If you want us to share these tapes and these videos and these audio with everyone, then go ahead and continue to lie. Continue to construct the story, but remove who you are here. See, it's time for us to take off the veil, because the kingdom of God, we too are affected by what? Sex offense. And a lot of times the sex offense is someone in the home. But what kills me is a mother, a legal guardian, and here can say that they exhausted all the measures, but that abuser is still abusing. And in fact, you are allowing him to abuse others as long as it's not yours in here. Come on, it's time for us to truly get back to the truth and in love. It's time for the parents to get their help. If you need help and you need help with your kids, it's up to you to get that help that you need here. It's up to you not to take care. See, because if you truly know who your kid is and you watch these videos and you watch the masturbation, you watch the predatory nature on your own children, the early pre-exposed touching that he did to your children, how in the world are we telling others to hold on to this kid gets 18 in here? You see, I can't, y'all, I can't here. I refuse to allow this to go on any longer in here. So I'm reaching out to you, God, and I'm asking for help in here. I'm not asking you to help me, but I'm asking you to help us here. Who are us that I'm speaking of? I'm speaking us. Anyone that's going to come in his path, any kid that will be connected to him here, anybody that he chooses to prey on. Come on, I'm praying that God will reveal his intentions. More importantly, I pray that God will reveal his actions. You see, I've been holding this in for far too long in here. You see, stepchildren, that's not the issue in here. You see, the issue is an evil child full of evil ways. You see, watching predatory porn. You see, when you start to see these things and you as a parent, you miss it, you got to understand that is going to affect someone else in here. Oftentimes, those parents are the ones screaming that they don't care. They don't care how it looks. They don't care how it hears. They don't care about nothing. Ultimately, do you care what your children is doing to us in here? Do you care what your son has done to these people in here? Do you care what he's still doing and how he's working and manipulating evil in there? You see, when the army caught up to it and they found it in the racket, in the jacket, they said, no, you are unfit here. See, but when are we going to declare, see, that we're not going to allow the enemy, we're not going to allow the enemy to be comfortable here. I'm not going to back down to this in here. I'm not the one of the ones that are telling you that you must do this here. What I'm saying is what you're doing is not right there. And what you're doing, how much more do you expect me to allow in this here? You see, but the minute that you have been exposed for your dishonesty in there and all the lies and all your deception, immediately here, you orchestrate things to put others in what? In danger. But I'm questioning your parent here. I'm questioning the one that knows who you are here. I'm questioning the one that, yeah, I'm questioning the one who knows who you are, who knows what you have done and have lived knowing that you did what you did. No consequences there. You're still doing them sexual acts. You're still living the lie. You're still pretending in here. You're still mixing in action with other people's kids in here. You see, it's time for us to cut it out there. See, so I'm calling on my father in here because this father has had enough here. You see, I love him, but I don't love him enough to allow him to do that to mine here. See, I will not allow that from anyone, so I will not allow that from your kid here. You see, I'm declaring if it has to end, then it will end with me here. You see, I'll walk away and I'll take mine, and you can stay and allow him to use them there. You see, but I'm calling on God. If there is anything in them that could be changed, God, I'm asking that you will change them here. You see, indecent liberties for a young adult to touch a young kid. Ah, come on, God, what is going on here? How are we excusing this mess in here? You see, and he makes it look pretty. You see, oftentimes, the sex offenders, they fool people into believing how sweet and innocent. Come on, it's time to cut that out there. It's time the world knows who you are here. It's time for them to truly do a background check and check these facts here. Is it true that you what? Indecent exposure, indecent liberties with two different kids here? Come on, is it true that you stole? You steal from us there. You stole from your school, got put out it there, lied to everyone, making them believe that you finished early here, only to get out into the world and repeat the same thing over and over and over in here. You see, but the justification of those that allow you to do this here is that you're going to be on your own soon and you need to be out there preparing in here. See, but God is telling us it's time for the parents to wake up. It's time for the parents to cut that mess out there. See, these are people's kids. And if you don't care enough about your own, you should care about those there. And you allowing this kid to manipulate and affect so many kids. When will you hear it here? See, I'm calling on you, God, because something has to change here. I will not stay silent. I will not be confused. I will get up and declare. You see, God, we need you in here. See, I will not let mine be victim to something that you know is happening in here. See, Jesus is that. He is that part there. He is the what? He is the way maker. See, a stepfather. What does that mean? All that means is you stepped up here. See, that's not the issue. The issue is not that they're mine there. See, the issue is, in fact, of what you're doing there. See, the issue is the deception and these lies and these games that you're trying to extort people in here. Come on, everyone that knows you, your reputation in there, at your school, the schools that put you out there. You may be fooling these people that don't know you in here. See, but the truth is, do you need me to share? Do you need me to truly share the videos and the audios of these things that we have caught you doing in here? See, it's time for me to step up and reach out for help. See, if you are one of them that work in the legal system here, I need you to tap in here and let me know what is the statute of limitations for sex offenses here. I need you to tell me what can you do for a 17-year-old who has committed multiple sexual offenses in your home here. What do you do when they steal and they lie and they are what? Manipulative like ever. Come on, it's time to talk to you, Fred. I'm talking to you, Fred. You see, I will not disclose every detail, but I will disclose the major detail. You see, you are not a victim in here. In fact, what you're bothered by is that I will not allow you to prey on anyone here. It ain't just my kid. You will not prey on anyone here. And if no one won't help you, I'm going to be the one to get you some help in here, because there's wisdom in what addressing it there. And if you won't, then all you're doing is passing that buck here. And ultimately, you're responsible. Yes, you are true responsible for what he's doing to others kids here. You see, in the end, you'll go and you'll do everything else, but why won't you do what needs to be done here? You see, there's a reason for all of that there. And oftentimes, the parents that put some kids on pedestals are the parents that miss the biggest poison in their house here. See, it's time for us to stop playing with the truth. When will we say enough is enough? When will the system what put him behind that wall there? Young enough to know better? He's old enough to see it here? The lie that he's telling. Oh, about safety. What about those that you have violated? Come on here. What about those that you have violated? Do you care here? You see, you can promote anything, but instead I'd rather promote the truth here. You see, everyone asks, what is going on with you here? See, what's going on is I'm trying to save some things that maybe are not for me to save here. See, I'm trying to change some people that maybe don't want to change here. You see, the reality is in it. The truth is in what to put in here. You are what you do there, not what you excuse here. Not what you lie about, not what you fool others into thinking. You are that. You are a toucher of children when they sleep defensively here. Come on, how many more times do they have to tell you this here? How many more times will we go to court asking for help with no help here? You see, 18 is coming. Oh, 18 is coming. Tick tock, tick tock. And this juvenile system that played with you then, they won't play with you here. See, I'm praying that God would what? Cover me and Vaughn. You see, now I know his intention in here. The attention to remove me and him, Vaughn, so that he could what? Prey on them there. You see, it's time for us to truly call out the truth here. You see, what are we defending? Who are we defending? How do we not speak? How do we not speak about these injustices here? How are we missing this mark? Come on, parents in here. If you know better, you do better. If you want better, you'll be better. If you demand better, better will be here. You see, I'm calling out the lack. I'm calling out the evil. And I'm calling out this sex offense in here. It's been going on far too long. Evil is evil. No matter who they are there. They might have been too young then, and the system might not understood then. But it's time for the system to know now. You see, look at all of these things here. We're talking about a jacket of 30 events, 30 different incidents, extreme behaviors here. And all I hear is, what do you expect me to do here? Come on. Is that who we are here? Is that what we live? Is that what we living for here? You see, everyone's asking what's wrong. What's wrong is this life, this house that I'm living in here. You see, I don't understand what is going on here. I don't know why they won't change up, but I know God is freeing me here. Oh, I'm asking him to cover me and mine. Yep, in love in here. I'm demanding what? The change, and it must happen in here. But I'm using wisdom. I'm going to work through the system, and I'm going to show them that they have a place for you here. And just because they allowed you to get to 17 with this rap sheet don't mean that they got to continue to let you manipulate and deceive so many in here. Evil is evil. You need examples of evil? Touching, unwanted touching, masturbation in public areas like your living room and your dining room and under the table. Come on, it's time for us to really, could you guys ever imagine, my brothers, you guys could not imagine living in this here, but knowing you got two to protect, so you can't walk away here? You see, I'm calling on those that really know what? How to get the help that we need for these kids here. How in the world is this system allowing this to happen in here? How could one go unpunished? 8 years. All of these offenses, yo. I could see when you were younger, they couldn't do nothing then, but it's 17. At what point are we really going to be real? At what point are we really going to check us and our actions in here? At what point are we going to be real and honest with ourselves? At what point are we going to hold ourselves accountable there? These are your kids, and you created that there. That one right there, that specific one there. Do not confuse him with the one that's low here. See his mind, able, willing, smarter than a whistle, but sexual deviant, perverted in here, and you promote all of this freely in here, and expect for me to make you feel comfortable with the things that we see you doing and the things we hear you doing in here. You see, I'm calling on God. If you are here, and if you know and you know and you know and you know me like you say that you know me in here, then you know I'm at my limit. And I refuse to continue to live this in here. It's time, God. You see, I don't promote jail. I don't promote jail or no one in here. But if he really won't change, then God, how are you allowing him to stay running through these cities uncontrollable when everybody knows what he is, but his mother don't seem to care here? Come on. I'm sounding an alarm. Enough is enough. If they won't protect us from him, I'm going to let the world know that I'm here to protect them from him here. And I won't play victim. And I won't be a fool. And I won't be manipulated. And more importantly, I know how to control myself here. I will use wisdom, and I will what? Use this system. This system and the jurisdiction. Come on, this jurisdiction, this one in here. Wake County, come on, it's time for Wake County. Come on, next time you see that face, it's time for you to truly look deeper. Look deeper at what he is. Look deeper at what he's doing. Look deeper at where he's been here. Look. But more importantly, it's time for you to act here. It's time for you to do something more than talk about it there. It's time for you to hold him accountable. See, rape and sexual offense, that's not something we play with. But some things around here seems like it's normal in here. And people complain about you complaining about these things, but they're not complaining about the one doing the thing. Come on, what is happening, God, here? Do they really desire to be parents in here? Do they desire to be better in here? Or is it that you don't care? Don't care what he does to you. Don't care what he does to your kid. Don't care what he does to your husband. Don't care what he does to your special needs son. But more importantly, you don't care what he does to these kids. Come on, look at yourself, but more importantly, look at him here. What is the outcome? What is the ultimate goal here? Why ain't this changing? Maybe it's because you're not really doing anything here. Maybe it's because you're not really telling the full truth here. Maybe it's because all you rather do is present something that looks apart, but in reality, it's far from real here. Come on, love. What happened to love there? Come on, what happened to brothers loving their sister here? You see, I look at Vaughn, and he may struggle with discipline, and he may struggle with his attitude, and he may struggle with his mental capacity. But one thing he will not do, he will not hurt his sisters. He will not hurt a child. He will not play on a child. But this Fred, he says all the right things. And in front of you, he may do all the right things. But his heart, God, you know it there. You know his actions. You know his motivation to all of it here. But God, I can't take no more here. I can't take no more of this here. God, I ask that you free me and my kids from this here. I ask that you get us to a place where we're safe. You see, because the reality is the system, they handcuff the fathers. They handcuff the fathers. You got a kid that's uncontrollable, unruly. The kid doesn't have no discipline. He has never been disciplined. In fact, from day one, I said to her, if you do not check his issues now at 5, and you do not be aware of what he's actually orchestrating, this kid will be dangerous. Damn near 20 charges later. 2 sexual. But none officially, though. Yeah, we all know he did these things, but no one officially charged him with anything there. Why? Because we thought it was safer to send him with his grandparents, only for him to come back worse here. What is going on with us here? Why can't we see why we not working here? What is going on where we are allowing this nonsense to continue to take part here? Come on, I'm calling on you, God. Abba, my Father, Yah, Ha-Here, Yah, Ha-Here. I need you, God. I need you to make it clear. I need you to cover mine More importantly, cover mine, because I'm not going to allow nobody to do that to mine. And I need you to hear that, God. More than lack and more than fear, I will not let no one do that to mine here. Come on, I'm calling on you, God. If you are here, I need you to change some things. I need you to shake some things up. More importantly, I need you to hold them accountable. For everybody that didn't do what he needed them to do for them, and everybody that justified what he was doing to others in here, I need you to hold them accountable, God. I need you to help them see what they have condoned in here. You see, because anytime you let a kid who clearly you can't trust more than 2 feet in your own home, why would you be allowing this kid to roam through your city, through your community, and put other kids in danger and justify it, more importantly? It don't matter if he got to get out now or if he got to get out in November. What does that justify about allowing this kid to run through this city, to infect this community, to put all these kids at risk, only because you don't want people to know what your baby boy is here? Maybe it's time for God to show us here. Maybe it's time for God to reveal it there. Maybe it's time for us to accept it. You see, more importantly, I know I'm accepting it here. I can't change it. I can't change him. I can't change his ways. And I can't change his desires. So I'm going to do what I tell everybody to do. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to give it to God here. I'm going to give it to God here. And then I'm going to ask you guys that know the law, help me. Point me in the right direction. Because according to my wife, there's no one that can help him. There's nothing they can do. But I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I worked in law enforcement for 13 years. I have never seen a person get away with all of these offenses and do not one day in jail here. 17 years old. Now he's proclaiming his independence, going downtown, filling out papers. When the reality, you don't need a system to tell you not to be here. You got the choice. Asking to be protected from somebody other than yourself. No, you don't want help. You want freedom here. You want to be able to do exactly what you have always done. See, I'm okay with that there. But don't muddy the water, lying on your brother. Come on in here. Look at yourself. Look in the mirror. Who made you masturbate in the living room? Under the table. Who made you masturbate in the dining room? Who made you put all this predatory porn? Tigers holding down kittens and fornicating with them. Who makes you watch this stuff? And years we catch you. Ultimately, the truth is, you stole all those laptops because you lost all your internet access. And you didn't stop. For 3 years, you stole computers from your school until it was enough where you were removed. They put you on probation and did nothing. What is going on with the system in here? You see, I often hear a lot of blacks say the system is unfairly against us in here, but we black. And I don't see nobody doing nothing in here. But maybe it's because it's not being reported. Or maybe it's not truly being reported as what's real here. You see, speculation means nothing. They want truth. But we got truth here. We got examples of what he was doing here. More importantly, we seen it with our own eyes here. Why are we allowing that there? See, we could yell at everybody. We could scream at everybody. We could violate everybody, but you won't never. No one has ever heard you raise your voice to that one here. You see, this isn't a pity party. This is a reality check here. It's time for us that know better to use wisdom here. See, if you can't do it, don't do it. But trust God to carry you to where you need to go in here. See, for me, it's not about another. It's about being free from this here. It's not about these coming from somebody else, but this is coming from me. I may have raised him, but I'm not going to deal with him here. I'm not going to deal with this here. I will not condemn him to evil, but guess what? I'm going to give him to God, and that's God. If you can, you will. But if you can't, keep him away from us here. Keep him away from me here. Do not allow his evil and his evil intentions to create any type of nonsense for us, especially not us, those of us that's been living, loving, catering him, taking care of him, protecting him, trying to teach him, preaching to him, begging him. The reality is he don't want to. He don't want to do better. In fact, he wants to do this here. But my question to both of them is, why here? Why will we allow this here? Why are we allowing him to go missing? How many times do cops have to come investigating his actions here? At what point does it become clear? Hey, this is beyond safe. And it's not about his safety, but the safety of those that he's preying on here. What happened to the victims? America, have we got so caught up that every abuser is a victim now here? They make excuses about what they did, but this particular person, none ever happened to him. The only thing that happened was he's not allowed to be doing what he really wants to do here, which is pray, which is to squeeze titties and feel butts and to be sexual, outrageous, and to justify it and call it what? Funny here. But today is the day, man. Like I said, this is a mature conversation. This won't be for everyone, and everyone won't be able to truly understand or appreciate what's happening here. But today I'm asking God to truly break this curse, these curses. I'm not trying to put it on him, but whatever is in him, God, you got to be the one that break it. But if you can, I need you to make a way where he's no longer here. You see, he's fighting for emancipation, to be free. Then why won't I just free him? I don't know why, because he can't provide for himself. And the system needs somebody to be responsible for him here. But why us? Why here? See, that's my question to you, God. Why here? You see, safety. From what? Your actions. Your consequences. You don't want to be sorry. You want people to pretend that it never happened, that you don't continue to do this. Only reason is so that people are unaware of who you are. And they can't protect themselves from you. More importantly, they can't protect their children from who you are. No matter how much I had to stop working and be a full-time job. See, no one talks about all of this here. You see women talking about men this and men this, but I don't know very few people who sacrifice for their stepchildren. One couldn't stay in school because of his behaviors and his autism and his mental capacity. So I'm a full-time caretaker for him. Then the other one, that Fred, them sexual offenses. Since the age of 9, we've been dealing with this here. God, what is it? What do we need to do? I call on you here. I beg you in here. But change doesn't appear. So now I'm at peace, God. And I ask you to remove me and mine. Cover me and mine. Provide for me and mine. So that we could be safe from this poison. Because in the end, stress will kill you. It'll kill you quicker than the actions of them there. Which actions? The actions of them that don't ever take accountability for what they didn't do before we got here. In the end, it's not for people to blame others for things that you chose to do. The legal responsible guardian. What did you do to protect them from your son? Here. What are you doing to protect me from his lies there? What are you doing to protect these people, these children, these innocent people that you know your son is preying on here? Come on, I'm not trying to make it personal, but it's time for us to discipline ourselves. It's time for us to discipline our kids here. It's time for us to use wisdom. Why? Because it's necessary here. See, them abusers, it's hard for many to accept it in there. But he will here. You see, if you will, he will here. It may be hard, but if you would trust God there. If you would just give up and give in and ask God to what? Free you here. I ask God to do it here. In me, more importantly, for me and my daughters there. I will not wait until it's too late and he does something to my daughters there. Because I'm not there yet, God. As much as I love you, I want that in here. You see, in the end of the day, it's true. It's true, it's true, it's true. Safety is important if you think you're going to pray on mine here. If you think you're going to pray on mine like you do everyone else, you're right. Should be uncomfortable. With all you're doing, Fred, what in the world is going on with you here? You didn't learn when the military found out and they told you, hey, this is unfit for duty here? You didn't understand when I registered you for college and said, hey, do this, and you refused to go to class here? Now you working. Upset because you're not being allowed to do whatever you want. So you are conducting lies, constructing stories, and you are forgetting that I have your proof. I have your audios. I have your videos. And the things that I could share, I didn't. Because I was embarrassed. Embarrassed to say that you come from me, that you one of my stepsons, that you live in this house here. See, but I'm not embarrassed enough to allow this to keep going on here. And I'm not foolish enough to allow you to orchestrate evil, manipulation, and these stories. Because instead of you repeating a lie, how about I just share the truth with these people here? Why I didn't share the truth with the people here? Because I was your father. And it was my job to save you here. It was my job to change you there. And it was my job to deliver you there. See, that's where I went short. Why is this a message about God? Because that's where I went. I put my trust in myself, my own wisdom and my own understanding. I thought all my history of law enforcement, growing up as a single, growing up with a single mom who prided herself in teaching me the right thing and holding me accountable and making me responsible, but more importantly, teaching me to respect boundaries. What's going on here? Who are you really when no one knows what you're doing in here? What are you showing yours? What are you teaching yours? What are you leading to there? If you never take responsibility for your actions, how could you ever look at them there? Come on, it's time for us to cut it out. Put it into the nonsense. Tell the truth and be bold with it here. Don't be ashamed because his actions are not my actions. His actions are his actions. And what he's doing is all about him here. So I will no longer be blinded by Fred. I will no longer be blinded by my love for Fred. In fact, I'm going to prepare. I'm going to prepare because I know God is changing here. You see, this is not going to be the house for him here. So whatever he has to do, he got to do for him here. But I'm not one to justify rape. I'm not one that's going to condone stealing. And more importantly, I'm not one that's going to take anybody's abuse, no matter how they justify it here. You see, God, I'm asking you to deliver me from it. Deliver me from this. Deliver me from this mindset that I got to do this to help him here. No, I don't. I don't got to save nobody but me here. You see, I may do it in love. I may be a giver in faith. But at the end of the day, today I'm using wisdom. I'm going to address what I can change here. I am going to focus on what I can do here. And more importantly, I'm going to trust God. I'm going to trust God to remove it. To remove what don't belong here. To remove what won't do right here. It's going to happen. Come on, I'm declaring it there. I pray for your safety wherever you must go. But you got to go from here. You see, you ain't got to take your brother down. You ain't got to come up with these excuses in here. All you got to do is do what you want to do. The law enforcement is waiting for you. They're all aware of who you are here. They're all aware of who's allowing you to do what you're doing here. They're all aware that until you're faced with what you're really doing and be confined with others that do what you do, you won't change. More importantly, you'll just find reasons to justify pointing fingers at others. But somehow you forgot to look at yourself. Somehow you forgot to look at what you did. What's going on is I'm doing me here. You see, everybody could say they see the change, but be real. What put this in action? Was it 11 years of begging? 11 years of raising? 11 years of sacrificing? 11 years of defending, 11 years of protecting, 11 years of coddling, 11 years of preaching. Could it be that the reason why I'm here is because I thought too highly of myself and my abilities to deal with this? You see, this ain't it. This ain't for me here. This will never be something I condone. I will never justify it. I will never prolong it. See, for me, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. Why? Just in case somebody's allowing him around theirs. They're aware of the danger. They're aware of who he is here. More importantly, if they ask, we can show them what he truly is doing in here. In this house, when we go to sleep, when no one is watching. Come on, God, I need you to help us here. I need you to free it from us. I need you to free us from it. You see what I'm saying, God? I need you in here. Proverbs 13:24. He who withholds his rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him diligently. See, before we end it here, I need you to ask yourself, parents, you may not be here. Your children may not be this gone, this far gone. My question to us. See, this ain't about pointing at others. This is us. That we doing. Is there more that we can do? For me, I know there is. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm calling on God. That's why I'm revealing in here. Because before I allow this manipulator to put me and his brother in something where we gotta justify why we don't feel comfortable with him, instead I'd rather put it out there. I'd rather put it out there so it's clear. And when people want to know why I don't trust him, though, it's not my word. I can show you videos. I can let you hear his verbiage of what he thinks of girls and little girls, and more importantly, kids and boundaries, and his lack of respect for people. See, we can blame it on everybody, but until you deal with your attitude, your lack of discipline, your lack of wisdom, and more importantly, the lack of you living right, then of course you can't see how you are the biggest culprit other than him as to why he's here. I see it all. I seen it all. And sometimes I got so bothered that it consumed me here. See, today I'm making it clear and I'm letting it know. I'm free from it there. I'm free from him here. I'm not ashamed by his actions because that's not me. I'm not doing that. Cam ain't doing that. Bree ain't doing that. Ray ain't doing that. Ryder ain't doing that here. Vaughn ain't doing that. Marquise ain't doing that. Fred is. So why is it allowed? See, that's the question in here. Why? And then you need to ask yourself, what did you do to change it? Were you diligent with how you raised them? Were you diligent with how you disciplined them? Or did you really live life thinking he never did nothing wrong? Pretending that all the things was happening wasn't him? Did you repeatedly tell people you didn't care when they were complaining about the little things before they came big things? It's time for women, y'all. You see, women can have babies, right? But women should not think that they're the only ones that can control these babies or that should raise these babies, because boys at a certain age need men. And when they have a woman that makes them believe that it's nothing they can do about their actions, then why would he be disciplined? He's never been punished. He's never been held accountable. In fact, every time when he's supposed to face what he did, you sent him away. You shielded him. You sent him to another state. For years, he was covered because he was in another state. Only to come back and look at, since we've been here, the list of his offenses. In the last 5 years, look at the list of this kid's offenses. Come on, God, you know it. And those that are truly connected to me in real life, they know it. And some of the people I left behind, it's time to say sorry. You see, I walked away from them because they told me early on, hey, what they need is not going to be able for you to provide. And just because you love it, they may not be able to love you back in here. But I heard God like, do not leave your kids here. Do not play this game here, or else yours will be affected like he does everyone else in here. Come on, I know this was a deep word. I know it was a hard word. I know it was hard for me here. And I didn't know the words and I didn't know the things to say, but I have to say it. God, I can't do it no more. God, I can't do it in here. God, I need you to remove this kid. It's not a kid. He's a 17-and-a-half-year-old young adult. He's trying to fight us. He's trying to promote. He can do anything, even decent liberties, even steal, even lie. What is going on? The question I want to ask him, do you really believe that God is going to let that go unpunished in here? How long before it catches up with you? But today, I'll let you know I'm free from it. I love you. I pray for you. But today, I make it know I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I am not the cover. I am not this invincible person that could take everything and I'm always going to go to God and God's going to save me. I can't do that no more. It was never healthy for me. And more importantly, now I'm in the place of wisdom. And anything that's going to bring me down, I need God to remove it in here. You see, because I got a life full of purpose and my experiences and the things that I went through in here. You see, why is rape such a sensitive topic for me? Imagine being a product of rape. Imagine knowing that when your mother looks at you, a part of her sees that abuser there. See, I thank God for mine because she never helped me like that there. She always made sure that I knew how much she loved me in here. More importantly, she always made sure I knew what I wasn't. You see, I wasn't that. I wasn't that, and I would not be here if it wasn't for a mother that disciplined me. And my Aunt Cynthia, she disciplined me too there. And my Aunt Natalie, she disciplined me too there. See, my Aunt Lisa, she just loved me. My Aunt Lisa, she just loved me. She disciplined me too, yeah. Gary, he disciplined me too. Fred too. I had never been around people. There's no one in my family that will allow these things that I'm living. And some of them, when they hear this, it's gonna blow their mind that I've been living this here. What I wanted to do, God, was to save us. But God, I know I can't do it like this no more in here. I can't live like this in faith. So I'm gonna give it to you here. And whoever can help it, then God, I ask you to get them away from me. Keep them away from me. And shield mine from their presence, from their poison. But I'm still gonna pray, asking God to deliver, for God to heal, and for God to set free. And I'm going to be crazy enough to still believe that can happen, but now I'm going to use wisdom. And I'm going to cover my kids because I can see the writing on the wall. Your actions are getting closer and closer to us. And I know I ain't going to allow it. So before I allow that there, I'm going to go to God. I'm going to go to the system. I'm going to go to Wake County. I'm going to go see the judge. And somebody's going to give us some closure, some relief. If they don't want to put him in jail, that's their problem. But they're going to give him what he wants, give him his freedom here. But just understand, do not come to our house like they come into our house as things unfold in here. You see, God, I need you to truly emancipate anybody that don't want to be according to you, that is refusing to live your will here. More importantly, those that are seeking to kill, delay, and destroy what God is doing in here. You see, darkness is the ignorance to the truth. But there's a greater level of evil. Those that know the truth but choose to do what they want to do there. The transgressions. They lead to what? Generational sins. generational curses. And they only could be changed by the blood. So I'm declaring the blood. I'm pleading the blood over us still, the Bryant 9 here, that despite what's happening, I'm still going to trust God. I'm still at this altar, but I'm going to use wisdom. I'm going to distance myself from this madness, from this evil, from this sexual nonsense that has plagued us for far too long here. You know, imagine not being able to sleep in your house at night, putting alarms on the doors, doing rotations to make sure this kid is in place. How long can anyone do that? And how long before that takes a toll on a person? And how it causes my body for my anemia to flare up, to attack itself, because it's a constant state of bondage, of evil, of transgression. Whose transgression ultimately? His. But God, I need you here. More than ever, God, I need you here. More than ever, God, I call you here. More than ever, God, I leave it here. With God, have it here. God, have me here. More importantly, free me from this burden of believing that I have to be the one to save him, to change him, to fix him. See, God, I surrender. What do I surrender? I surrender my will. I surrender my love. I surrender my mercy, my grace, my favor, my love to you and your will. Why? Because I know that's the only thing that can change it in here. That is the only thing that will deliver us in here. And it's the only thing that's going to heal these victims. Yeah. Because even if they don't care, everything he does, I feel bad for the people he did it to. And I was ashamed and guilty. So for years, I covered you. I excused you. But I finally see you here. I read your own words. I accept it. And you're right, you'll never be comfortable to do whatever you want around me. So I wish you the best wherever it is that the world takes you. See, I'm not throwing Jesus down anyone's throat. What I'm doing is I'm calling for help. See, everybody's asking me, man, how can you do these messages every day if you knew what I was living? These messages is what saved me here. I thank God that I am not a weak-minded person. Suicide has never been an option for me, but I can see how some could lose it all in here. Surrounded by excuses and offense. And the worst part, egotistical people that believe that their words, like I don't care, supersedes what he's doing to us in here. See, God, I'm calling on you. More importantly, God, I'm leaning on you. And in love, I'm giving it to you. I will take a break as I get these things rolling, as I separate myself here, as I cover mine. They may not be able to do nothing, but my choice is to save me from their choices here. I know it's not the typical word. I told you I was going to be more real world than it's ever been, but it's time, and the people need help. No one more than me. I need you, God, to deliver my family from any evil, whoever was assigned to, in the mighty name of Jesus. But I need y'all to hear that I'm using wisdom as I shield me and mine from what these people are clearly saying. They don't care that it's like that. They don't care who he's doing it to, and they don't want to hear it. So, God, I need you to clear it. I need you to remove it. I need you to cover us. No matter where we go, I need you to cover us And love, I leave it with Jesus. I can't do it no more. I can't do this no more here. I can't lie. I can't hide it. And I'm not going to justify. Fred needs help. And it's been long overdue that I say that. Fred needs help. And if they don't give Fred help, he's going to violate more people. So whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever judge that needs to hear this, my question is, are you diligently protecting society and us from him here? And I don't think y'all know how hard that is for me to say. But I'm going to leave it with God. If you can, I know you will. But I got to be real with me. I can't do it no more. So I'm tapping out, signing out, and love here.